I came across a Chris Hedges video here on YouTube. My second video for today, I'm getting up here on my platform to defend myself against a dumbass comment section that is like, no, there's not a chance that you're right that the BRICS currency will fail. They're guaranteed to succeed. Yeah, sir, I know that I've talked about these people and like hopium as if it were a drug before, and people like just plugging themselves into it and everything, and just breathing it, and like there's so much hope. You, sir, are beginning to choke on your own like not copium, but your doomium. You really are. Like, you're a little bit too addicted. You're kind of trying to inject it into your veins and everything. I'm not. I'm not like you in that regard. I'm not like personally invested in this whole, doom pill shit that you're trying to push on me. I only put it this way because this is a way to be understood in our society, and a way to put it because, we're at that point in this country where putting it that way will be perfectly understood by other people. I don't need to put more effort into it to express it for once. But yeah, I would say that I've been Louis Rossman pilled too. I've grown up to be a big fan of his. So now I'm upset. I have tried to popularize the phrase that blind patriotism is phony patriotism. So this particular channel only was big on heart Chris Hedges because Chris Hedges talked about America having problems. He talked about the sacrifice zones. He talked about the issues that this country has, but then he went a little bit too far down the doomerism, route, and that turned into a fucking mess, to say the least. And now he's got all these fanboys who think that we're so fucking screwed. It's like nightmare fuel territory. And I've got YouTubers that are basically telling me, well, people want to believe that they're doomed, and that kind of content is basically doing really well right now. The numbers are huge, and I'm like, there's no amount of numbers that would be worth compromising my integrity over to lie to you about. So why BRICS? So that video in particular is going to be linked in the underbar down there. Please go fucking watch it. Watch that fucking video. China and India are basically in a territory dispute. They're fighting over particular territory. They're producing racist propaganda against each other. Their knives are basically pointed at each other's throats. They're kind of itching to go to war with each other. They're very close to that point. South. I don't know why you would put like South Africa into this mess, because it's just so, like, it's almost like it's just there so it becomes BRICS instead of BRIC. Especially because people would be like, oh, they're dumb as a brick. You make it so easy with your acronyms. But I guess they are dumber than a bag of bricks. So anyways, all these people that think that they are going to, like, they're not really thinking anymore. They're just kind of like, doom, doom. I need to smoke it. I need to believe that I am so fucked. I need to believe that we are fucked and there's no hope. There's no future. I need to buy into that. That fills me with, like, what? Sir? How could this possibly be good for you? I don't get it. Like, do you think that Doom has like vitamin C in it or some shit? It's just an idea. It's a depressing one. You want to believe that we're all screwed in every fucking way, that our country is going to hell in a handbasket and it's doomed. And unfortunately, right now, that's what's selling here on this corner of the web. And by this corner of the web, I'm talking about YouTube. It's bad. It's bad that this is what's going on. It's not a good thing, at all. You saw me just sound a little bit into comedy today about everything. Now that I've told a joke or two, go watch watch his fucking video. He demolishes the case that the BRICS currency is going to win. Like, he's saying China's currency will fail. And you know what? This particular YouTuber, Matthew Tai, he's right. Chris Hedges is very wrong about this issue. Now, that stated, I was a Chris Hedges fan. I like him. He's willing to talk about the fact that America has really big, cringe inducing problems like the sacrifice zones, like Pine Ridge. He's talking about all these horrible places in this country that have gone to the dogs. Anyways, South Africa, power out half the day at this point. I used to have a friend in that part of the world. He had nice guy syndrome though, and so we stopped talking. But I almost want to find him again and be like, "Yo, Marco, what the fuck happened to your country? What the fuck about that economic collapse?" So it's like that's the only reason why it's there. So it's BRICS, and it's like, you really think we can't fuck with that? You really do? Are the people picking on you? That's a as a country, like, this is just not going to work. It's like it's an idea that's as dumb as a bag of bricks. It really is. So the thing about this is just in such a huge way, like the G8 nations, they like each other. Like Russia, for instance, God, everybody has to. Yeah, if I were China, I'd be eyeing the invasion down there of Ukraine, thinking, "Am I next?" I would advise Xi Jinping to worry about it. You know, I really would. It doesn't seem like Putin is intended on basically slowing down. It doesn't, like, I think if he takes Ukraine, he'll just keep fucking trying to take more and more shit over. That guy, if you give him an inch, he's gonna demand a mile. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see him stopping. So, Russia is just there to be the fucking gas station at this point of the BRICS nations. Brazil had a great economy, but then it started flirting with a return to commie stuff. Now, I happen to be a bit of a socialist, so saying that is a bit touchy and everything for me. But I mean, his country is kind of a BDSM sort of communist porn sort of thing. The new leaders down there, and it's not doing so well. It's kind of scaring the investment community out of Brazil. So you've got a disaster there. Over there in China, you've got the real estate market going to shit. If you've been reading the headlines, you would know that. But also, India and China are in a border dispute. They're also in a border dispute with Taiwan. The United States is increasingly aware of TSMC and concerned about Taiwan. We've also been through a basic recent bout of currency or fiscal problems that retaught this nation that chips are in goddamn everything. You can barely even make the toast without having to interact with a chip at some point in your toaster these days. This is just the reality of our situation. They now rely on a vast array of electronic chips that are now in, silicon chips in all of our electronic devices all over the place. And the scale of it marveled a lot of us. And so we learned about TSMC. It kind of became a bit of a household name in our country. And then concerns about China trying to take over Taiwan started to scream very loud and everything. And also, a lot of us are also aware of ASML, though, who makes the extreme ultraviolet lithography machines for TSMC. I got corrected when I said TSMC was the great, most important nation in the world, country in the world at this stage of things. They were like, no, ASML is. I'm like, well, then ASML 1, TSMC 2. Just because our chips are in everything we've come to rely on. So I looked at all this. I look at all the headlines lately, and I'm like, how do you guys like not read geopolitical political articles or something? And so you're just able to stomach this bullshit so easily. And then I say this on Chris Hedges' video themselves, and they're like, "Not a chance, haha." like, what are you from? One of those nations? Like, I hate to tell you this, but you're not gonna win this one. It's going to end badly for you. Anyways, this has been Day, is what I call myself. Signing out. Au revoir, however you fucking pronounce that in French. I'm sorry. Yeah, I butchered it. But anyways, toodles. See you later, or whenever I feel like coming on here again.